This Arshad Khan, US media company, UmmaaBroadcasting, Rolla, Missouri. We are in the inside of the Islamabad courthouse, and you folks can see sadly the condition around the offices of the attorneys that CDA and the government is maintaining. They should at least clean all this area. We are lucky enough to meet with some folks here who are saying that they have cases, they prosecute them, they handle themselves.
I appear in person in the cases in civil court, high court, and Supreme Court.
Exactly, as the gentleman is saying, and we will start talking with him. Sir, what's your name?
My name is Khalid Rashid.
Mr. Rashid.
Khalid Rashid.
Khalid Rashid. Yes.
Rashid is my father's name.
Fine. So you
Okay.
are Mr. Khalid Rashid.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your cases that you are pursuing yourself
Very good
without
question.
an attorney all the way up to the Supreme Court of
Yeah,
Pakistan? Please elaborate.
yeah. It is a very unfortunate. It is very unfortunate to give you the details of the case pending in various courts of law, that is Supreme Court, NAP Court, FIA, Civil High Court, Civil Courts, Anti-Corruption Courts, mostly against Malik Riaz, Hussain of Bahria town, and Zahid Rafiq of Habib Rafiq Limited, who have cheated me and have usurped my property to the tune of 4,516 canals, 4,512 canals in village Takhtpadi since year 2004, and I am lingering on in the various courts to seek justice, but hitherto I have been denied justice due to the high-handedness.
Thank you, Mr. Khalid Rashid. Allow me to add something on. You mentioned the name Riaz Malik. 30 years back, I was here as a journalist, and if I recall correctly, that when this gentleman Riaz Malik started his first Bahria town, this is 91 or 92 something, I was in the Parliament Press Gallery, then the Prime Minister at that time and the Naval Chief at that time very seriously objected publicly to Mr. Riaz Malik's using the name Bahria town. And there were some criminal charges filed, to my memory. Could be wrong, it has been 30 years.
You are right. You are right too. You are 200% right. He has cheated the naval Pakistan Navy and is still using their name on one pretext or the other.
Thank you, Mr. Rashid, for supporting our memory 30 years back. What I also remember at that time, because there were no TV channels in Pakistan at that time, only some of us journalists asking on PTV questions. What I recall very clearly is that Mr. Riaz Malik was stopped by the government to proceed in any of the Bahria town so-called developments because of the corruption and the crime. And then we also recall that Mr. Riaz Malik suspended his operation for some time. We also recall, and Mr. Rashid can vouch or explain what I'm going to say now, that since then, Mr. Riaz Malik, as we are told by confidential sources here in Pakistan, that he hires most of the retired
generals and the naval admirals. There are at least 9 to 10 generals serving on his payroll. And today he has made fortunes. And as Machiavelli has correctly said, behind every fortune there lies a crime. He's a criminal. He is a criminal who has usurped the property of the property of poor citizens, the owners, in connivance and collision.
You folks can see the anger among the people who have been defrauded by Mr. Riaz Malik and his powerful gang. And he is also part of this 5% upper crust elite mafia. So Prime Minister Imran Khan must seriously think.
No. Let me tell you, before you move to Imran Khan, let me tell you, before he came into power, I met him and I told him that Pakistan is suffering debt to the tunes of trillions of rupees if you get hold of this man, and if he get his things sorted out, Pakistan will not have to pay anything. He was caught on the instructions of Iftikhar Muhammad Chaudhry. The National Tax Ombudsman, Mr. Shoaib Sadal, conducted an inquiry during the tenure of Asif Zardari, and by the grace of God, Shoaib Sadal is alive, and he conducted inquiry in which I appeared and recorded my statement to the tune of 7 hours. And he had established that Mr. Riaz Hussain Malik Riaz Hussain owes to the National Exchequer 192 billion rupees, which were not paid, and instead Shoaib Sadal had to leave his job. And lately, day before yesterday, the UK judge has established that they have forfeited his passport for 10 years, and they have said he has collected money through the crime sources, and he is being patronized by a very close aide of Imran Khan, and his name is Shahzad Akbar.
Shahzad Akbar is the name gentleman is taking, who is an advisor or at some very high powerful community.
And despite my best efforts, Gohar Nafees, in whose court, who is the Director General, Anti-Corruption Punjab, in whose court my case is pending, the Supreme Court in my case has got hold of Mr. Khurshid Bhinder, Subha Sadiq, and a reference is pending in the NAB court since April 2016. And I am lingering on and dragging my feet for the...
Yes, we understand the anger and the suffering of this gentleman.
Additional Chief Secretary, Mr. Sayyid Ali Murtaza, to please get my case opened up.
I am sure the people understand. And the people, of course, also involved the police sub-inspector who heard this commotion here, and we are going to show him on the camera. So now I think Mr. Imran Khan, the Prime Minister, must seriously think. He is an ethical person, as he claims.
As he claims to be.
As he claims. But this is the typical example. I've been talking to many folks here in Islamabad since I came in.
I wish Imran Khan gives me a patient hearing. I asked Shahzad Akbar, he never called me.
This is Mr. Imran
Khan's... I am ready in the best interest of the nation that whatever I will recover, I'll give half of the amount to the government of Pakistan as a goodwill gesture.
This gentleman's case against Mr. Riaz Malik is at the highest level in Pakistan.
And Habib Rafiq Limited.
And Habib Rafiq Limited is one of Zahid Rafiq.
They are both thieves.
They
are both thieves.
You have the right to say whatever you want to say on the record. But Habib family is very powerful family. It has always been family. These are the upper 5%, which are the MNAs, MPAs, senators, the industrial lords, the feudal lords, and Riaz Malik is one of the elite in the 5%.
He is the kingmaker.
So we will leave it here in the Islamabad courthouse at this time, and I think once this message and this video gets around to the Embassy of Pakistan in Washington, to OIC, to the Prime Minister House, everyone we will issue. Imran Khan should seriously think and consider that these are the people who will matter, who really matter in Pakistan. So he has to force his cabinet members to go out and solve this very serious civil and criminal issues of the petitioners.
I am giving on oath that whatever I have said is true to the best of my knowledge, and I can prove the authenticity and credibility of thing through the record held in the court. And I once again request the Prime Minister of Pakistan.
Will you take the oath on Holy Quran here?
Yes. Why not? La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Whatever I have said is true For every word, I can vouch my honor. And let me assure you, the amount as of today, I lost this property in 2004, and as of today, he has to pay me over more than about more than six, say, trillion rupees of Pakistan, of the Prime Minister.
Thank you, sir. And thank you, officer, for cooperating with us. Please show the officers. They were very nice to cooperate with us. These are the real people. These are the people that matter
And
for Mr. Imran Khan. He should seriously think. Why?
if you
Thank
want to know my